Hi, it's Gary from GAN Railroad, and today's video is part two of the LCCA Convention 2025, which was held in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It was the 55th anniversary of the LCCA, the Lionel Collectors Club of America, and it is the 125th anniversary of Lionel. Now, this video has really just two parts to it. One is a question and answer session with Lionel. Really, it was a seminar, but mostly I just captured the question and answer part where we talk about, Ryan talks about the tariffs. Ryan Kunkel, he's basically the general manager of the whole, I don't know his official, I guess production manager, but he's like kind of like the general manager. And he talks about the tariffs. They do preview some upcoming stuff, including the 200th anniversary in 2027 of a very popular railroad. If you got that you guys like B&O, and also they explain why we. Somebody asked about moving stuff back to America, and he explains that. Also, the second half of the video, have. I'm going to show you what I got there. They give away some stuff for free. It's part of when you pay, like when you just for registering. And if you stay at the hotel at least 3 days, you get a banquet. There's a car you get. Then there's a banquet car. There's this car, so you can get like three or four things. They sell stuff at the LCCA store. They have their own little store in there. There's also a trading hall, which used to only be open to members. One day it was open to members. The next day it was open to the public. And there were other people sell stuff there. And there were a few other people there, like Grosboski's showed up. Hopefully next year, Scenic Express will be there. They're located in Colorado, so I hope they're there next year's, which will be in Denver or outside of Denver. But I also went to the Grosboski's store, which isn't far from the where the LCCA was being held in downtown Scranton. And I picked up two items that I saw. Actually, one was advertised in a magazine where they have an ad, and I was just looking through it, and I saw an engine, uh, an F unit that I had been wanting for. I have no F units. I just started getting C liners, and I don't have any F3s, F7s, E8s, E7s. So I was able to get a couple units, a couple things there. Actually, pretty cheap. They're new, but they came out years ago. So I'll show them. I'm not going to show them running because they're old, and they're factory sealed. So I'm going to open them, and then what I'll do is I got to put a little smoke in it and let it soak into the wick and everything because I like running a smoke unit and let it set in for a little bit. I'll do a video on these engines another time, but I'll just maybe I'll do a short or something when I get them up and running. But for now, I just and to save time on the video, I'll just show you what I got. Another thing is these pins up here. Just a little note: if you collect pins for anything, and you put them in your on the hat, they have those little metal butterfly things. Well, now they're starting to make them with rubber, but you go on Amazon and just buy rubber ones like this, and just put them on. This was $5. Just a little note for you because it made me hesitant to put pins on here and put them somewhere, but now I got it on a hat, and I got to. There's a few that I didn't put on here, but I'll get them on anyway. At the very end of the video, I'm going to tell you two other things, kind of exclusively because it wasn't recorded. And at the end of this Lionel seminar, I got to ask. You could go up to Ryan and the other people from Lauren, and the other guy from Lionel. I don't know why I can't remember his name, and ask a question if you want. So while I'm waiting there, somebody had asked Ryan about why he doesn't go to York or Lionel doesn't go to York, and he very explicitly explains why. And I was listening, so I'll tell you why. I didn't record it. I didn't record the question I had. I wanted to ask him about if he could give us any information on the Vision line, and I'll tell you what he told me about the Vision engine for this year. There will be one, but I'll tell you what he told me. So let's get this video started with the question and answer session, basically in a preview of some upcoming stuff. There's also a picture, a still photo, and in it does have a picture of the Christmas car from the LCCA. They've had really nice ones the last couple of years.
in the room the question that comes up all the time, and that is about the tariffs and the current situations and the digital nature of this catalog. As I'm sure you all now know, this will be a digital release, and not the entire catalog either all at once. We're going to spread it out a little bit. This came up in the last meeting for those of you who were here, so I want to talk a little bit about that and the Lionel portion of the response. It was asked of the LCCA what tariffs meant and what the reaction was, and the LCCA very correctly said, we're just sort of along for the ride here in many ways. There's not a whole lot they have to do to control the costs that come down. And as Lionel, we are very much along for the ride and going day by day and seeing what happens. To remain flexible, to remain adaptable, that is one of the reasons why we kept this catalog a little bit more free form. Things have changed. As soon as we have a plan A is out the window and plan B is there. We have lived 1,000 lifetimes in the last 6 months. It has been fun, with a capital F. It has been a new learning adventure all the time. That being said, we are all doing the best that we can to keep the costs, not just the costs down, but the fun alive and the fun up for all of you. Because really, at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Can I promise you that the situation we're in today is where we're going to be when we meet again? Nope. Tomorrow. Even tomorrow, who knows? But we will keep on top of things. Our goal, our commitment as a company to all of you is, as it has always been, to deliver those dreams, to deliver those memories, to deliver the best product possible at the most reasonable prices that we can. And whatever factors may increase, whether it's shipping costs, or tariffs, or labor, or tsunamis, or locusts, we will be there to make sure that we can adapt and do the best we can for you. Okay. And with that bit of fun out of the way, let's get back into Disney 100. Then, of course, we have 125. Next year, we have America's 250th. And then we'll get ready for the celebration, I guess, of 100 some odd years of the B&O. Will be coming up in 2027. We'll do a history there. So, lots of good things to come. But let's talk about America and America 250. A whole section of this catalog devoted to that. This is just the beginning. You're going to see more of this coming throughout the rest of this year and into C1 as we gear up for a red, white, and blue palooza here at Lionel. First up, an all-new, ready-to-run set. Again, with our new 440. You see this one here with a different stack of domes on it. Great paint scheme. We asked the artist, give us something sort of reminiscent of Centennial America sort of look and feel to the set. And so you've got a wonderful 1870s styled deco on the 440.
To have the Lennies. That are doing an amazing job helping to share the magic of trains. Whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook, or they're just amazing home layouts that everybody goes and enjoys. We want to celebrate these people and these trains. Best YouTube channel, one of the last categories, which has already been won, best beer. Yes. New innovation, new licenses, new partnerships, but those are all of the things that are happening behind the scenes and we continue to go public facing with over every few months. So that's why events like this, events we go to throughout the year are so iconic and key for us. One of the things that we got, one last key item. This question has come up a couple times. 2026 Lionel Volume 1. Take a look at the slide. It will be a printed catalog. This has been your number one question. So we are here today. We do know, so it will be a printed catalog. We love it as well. We see it as a collectible, a feature piece. So you guys will have that in January. We'll launch that piece out there. We figured we'd get that question, so we wanted to go ahead and just put it up on the screen as well. So thank you guys. I do have automobiles. When you got to kill time, everybody loves to play cards. So you might as well play cards with the Lionel deck. So all of the aces are going to be featured iconic logos. The jokers, of course, have to be Lenny. These decks are going to come out in the first part of January. Just a lot of fun in a different way for Lionel. Finally, apparel. Apparel is a huge item. Everybody wants Lionel gear. So we partnered with a group called 80s Tees. These guys have sold over 1 million shirts in the past year. They're huge with all iconic brands. So they right now, I'm featuring 3. They have over 30 Lionel items up on their website. Mugs, t-shirts, hats, jackets, a little bit of everything for people to come out there. And there's going to be a host of new items that we're launching right around the time of Comic-Con to celebrate the 125th anniversary as well. So a lot of fun ways to continue to just share the magic of Lionel. And then one of the next ones, this actually worked out perfect walking into the hotel. Did anybody see the 7-foot bobblehead in the lobby? What else could Lionel do? So that actually, that was the most iconic thing to come into. So we are partnering with the Bobblehead Hall of Fame. They make bobbleheads for Savannah Bananas, all the Major League Baseball teams. So of course, we need bobbleheads for Lenny. We reviewed all the tooling last night, and we approved this. So these ones are going to be coming out. But just fun ways, great gift-giving items to share the magic and continue the love of Lionel trainings and keep the brand.
Question which was, could we take like a hidden reservation, and then when we come out and do it, can we get back out and get it? We don't really have the way to do that, but we are always taking product suggestions and input and things that you'd like. If you'd like to learn more about how we select product, the whole process of how we build product, and some more tips on how to get your suggestions to rise to the top of that list, there's a really handsome gentleman who will be doing some programs here on Saturday. I think he's starting at like 9 o'clock and doing it several times throughout the day. So come on down to that and take part in one of those seminars, and we'll chat.
Yes, in view of the world situation, is Lionel looking to expand its manufacturing into other countries, such as Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, because China at best sometimes is not the best place to have manufacturing?
Excellent question. So, and the answer 100% is yes. And it's one of the things we actually started a few years ago, is looking at how do you expand and find more options for your manufacturing base. You never want to be locked into only one facility or one option. So in the past 7 years, we've really started to now at least have about 2 options for most of the product lines we produce. We have started expanding into Vietnam and other locations. So yeah, we actively are looking. Our product is a little bit unique, so we have to make sure and find the right partner, qualify them. We tend to have what we call boutique runs. You know, if you look at like a Hasbro or a Mattel, they run so many more of an item. Ours are much more boutique runs. So you kind of have to find the right partners. But we are always actively looking. And honestly, what's really nice is we have a team overseas. They're key in that as well. So when we do find a new facility, they go on site to vet them, check everything out. They do on-site visits, testing. They do walkthroughs. When new assembly lines are set up, they're there for all of those pieces. So excellent question, sir, yes.
So why wouldn't you bring it back to America?
I think in short, it's price. I think when you look at the cost to build the same item in the USA, the price that we would sell it at, I just don't think it would sell. We've looked at a lot of different items. Historically, when you do research, there's a lot of people that say, I want to buy made in USA. But then when the rubber comes to it and you start to look at the price of a made in USA item, the sales are drastically different. So about 10 years ago, you started seeing surveys come out where actually legally they had to change it because everybody was saying made in USA, and just making those statements. If they made one item, they would halo that across their entire brand, and it was very confusing. So then they started changing the laws. We have looked at it. We do print and assemble boxcars in the US. So some of the club cars are completed in the US, but just to find a group to be able to hand assemble engines that can have 500 different pieces, it just is not something we've been able to find at a realistic price.
How will that work with tariffs? You got these tariffs, okay? Would they equal out? So
The question is on would the current tariff situation help balance it out? The short answer to that is no. While the current tariffs are in many cases very heavy and are much higher than corporations can absorb on their own without passing some costs along, whether it's us or almost anybody when you look at these tariff rates. The gap between the tariff and a complete return to U.S. manufacturing is still greater. And it's also, there's also a time lag in this. You need the workforce, you need the facilities, you need the raw materials, and those things don't just happen overnight. I know we've talked a lot in the past, and we talked a lot when we were in Concord, and if you, again, come to this great presentation on Saturday, we'll talk about the timeline of producing a model train. And even in what we do by the time you see the item here, it's already been in the thought or planning process for anywhere from 6 months to 2 to 3 years. And then from the time you see it here to the time you get to hold it in your hand, you all know is way too long, but usually anywhere from 6 to 12 months. So when the prices are changing daily and the process takes years, making a commitment to do anything on a big scale like building a new factory for any company is challenging. And that's just the reality. So to go back to where we started, we are being as flexible and nimble as we can. All options are always on the table. We look for things that we could bring back. We looked for, earlier this year, we tried to repatriate a few projects to do them in-house, just at least see some labor savings there, and we were able to do that to keep our in-house production room working at absolute peak performance. We, as Mike said earlier, we're looking around the globe at other options and opportunities. We've looked at potentially shifting projects to different locations, and we just try to stay as nimble as we can. Will it all come back into the U.S. and Lionel have a factory like we've had in the last century? I won't say it'll never happen, but I don't see it happening anytime in the near future for many of the times.
So the question is, any chance that we'll be making any of our Star Wars product more replica like of the ships, the vehicles, and things like that? Star Wars is unique. We love them as an IP. There are some rules and restrictions around what we can do and how we can bring product to life. So we continue to try to have more fun with it. That's always been one of our greatest things. You'll see us push the boundaries even more. 2027 is the 50th anniversary for Star Wars. So we're already starting to look at how can we raise the bar even more. And what's really cool is that weekly, one of the young ladies on Ryan's team, Megan Fraser, we have a call with Star Wars PD. They love our products. The more that we can show them, we create great items, they start to open up and let us do more things. So never say never, but that is definitely something we as a team want to do as well. We'd love to see the Millennium Falcon driving down the tracks, or some of the X-Wings or some of those. So ideally that would be amazing, hopefully.
I was curious, when we did sign bites in Concord at the convention, did anything ever end up actually in an end?
Yes, it did. I believe the PG1 has some sound bites recorded into it from there. So we definitely did use those sounds. The ones who were chosen were notified, so they knew they were in there.
So we had 57 recordings. So the question was, so last year in Concord, one of the meet and greet, in one of the side rooms, you could come in and read phrases. Our director of audio was in there recording. So we had 57 recordings that came from that night. Of those, we had 2 that were notified as the winners. And we can pull the names and share them with you guys. And they're going to be in product. They were placed in products last year, as Ryan mentioned, the GG1. So it was really cool. We love seeing it kind of be a fun way to add on and something unique that we did for the LCCA. But 57 recordings, so we have adults and we had some kids that were kind of in it. He said 10 of them were amazing, and then of those 10, 2 of them ended up being selected to be in key products.
A big fan of K-Line Super Snap Track. And then you guys acquired K-Line over 10 years ago, I believe now. Is there any chance, and I don't know, 2 questions, do you still have the rights and license to the track, and is there any chance of then being able to manufacture?
Good question on K-Line track. As it works with a lot of the K-Line product, that was a very complicated. Wow. That's ominous.
Somebody's reading on the controls.
So clearly, the answer is no. Yeah, no, we don't have neither the rights nor the tooling to make the K-line track. And I think that's a good.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed the little Lionel seminar and the question and answers, especially if you like Star Wars or you're curious about K-line track or tariffs or bringing product back to the U.S. And I still have the talk about why they're not at York and the Vision engine. But let me get to my haul quickly. Okay, in this box, PC era. I think I bought one of these a while ago. I think I'm gonna start buying these, trying to collect them, the different color. Uh, this is white. The deck on one's white. This is brown. And put it on the track. See if it works. You can see it flickering in the back in the corner of the screen to my left shoulder, your right side. Okay, that's some more stuff here. Conrail. One issue with this, if somebody knows, has an answer to this. The coupler, see how it's got the hole in it right there? Now I do have the part. Here it is. I have the coupler part. Is there a pin for the hole? Like on this side, see how there's the metal pin? That makes it pop out. Is there a metal pin or can I replace this type of coupler? Does anybody know? Let me know if you can in the comments. Nice little box car. I got this remake box from Parts Guy that sells parts. He's at York all the time. Let's see here. Let's see. This thing was only $20 and it's really nice. And the crank lifts up and everything, but I don't want to spend all the time showing it. But it'll lock into place, and then you can uncrank it. So it's two different. Let's see here. There we go. Then you turn the crank and it can work. It's $25. Nice piece. Got some boats for 10. I really don't feel like paying a ton of money for double door box cars. Who the heck packed this in here? But you can see. Huh. Bought it used. Somebody decided to put something in it. Okay. But, you know, I could afford the $130, but I just don't feel like paying it. So I bought this stuff. Got this sign on the 1361. Got this tanker car. This is actually Nassau Operating Engineers, 1997. There's a company called Mean Oil. They started up in Long Island when Levittown was built because they're all oil heated homes. And then they opened a branch down here in Bucks County for Levittown, Pennsylvania. I have natural gas, but they do have a contract with my heater. So I said, why not? I mean, an oil car. So say Levittown, New York on it. Maybe I could paint over a little Levittown, PA on here. Got this book, Pennsylvania Railroad. Has mostly pictures. do a little research. You want to know about an engine, more information. At the table of the banquet, these are the cards. Everybody gets a card in an envelope with a number on it. When they call that out, you get whatever left on the table. It was a nice Lionel Lines caboose, but somebody got it before me. Nice. Kind of looks like pacemaker paint scheme. Is this door open? Yeah, it should open. If I can grab it. Fingers are sticky. Looks like it opened. Yeah, I'll get it open, but nice box car. It's actually a compartmentizer insulated, so it's an insulated car. It's really nice. I don't want cotton belt, but I got to keep this. I was in Grosbowski's. This is a new item. I don't know if this is MTH tooling or something they brought back. They look exactly like the streetlights in the neighborhood I grew up in, and they still have them today. So I'm going to paint them stainless steel and see if the lights hold up. I've had streetlights before where the lights, even replacing the bulbs doesn't work out. They just don't last. All right. The LCCA store, because the box is crappy, I could care less. I want this Christmas one, and for $35, why not? Instead of paying $99. They have really nice Christmas stuff. This is the gondola car. Coils. I believe this was for number 428, it says right here. I guess they made 500 of them, or 6. This might have been the registration car I think you get for registering at the hotel. Really nice car. Is the Delaware and Hudson coil car. Just lift these off. There's no coils in it. So I have extra coils. I have to put them in, but usually you're going to run it with these on here. These are so nice. It's a really nice shade of blue. And we have one of the two cars. This was Yingling Vat car. Number 200 on it, it says. I like Yingling beer. It's made in Pennsylvania. It's really good. It's an old German recipe. They've never changed it. So if you want German tasting beer, Yingling's it. This is my first. Actually, I have a Lionel Lines Vat car. But this is a traditional lager. I usually drink the light. I don't like black and tan, and that is. What Yingling is that? Premium Yingling Premium. There's the top of it. I don't know. It's hard to tell on the camera. It's upside down. It says LCCA on the back. Very nice car. Nicely done. The decals on there are really nice. Yingling, by the way, everything they make is made in America. Even the ink on, you buy a case of beer, the ink on it, the ink on the cans or bottles, the labels, the glue, every product, everything they do is made in America. That's how Yingling operates. Here's the other car. This is the other car. Now I was looking around for car number 1. As you can see, there's car number 3 out of 225. Doesn't mean anything, but I think it'd be kind of cool just to have a car number 1 time. And it is believe it's called John Wilkes thing. Anyway, I think it's John. Is it the John Wilkes paint scheme? This is sharp too. It's a really nice paint scheme. Lehigh Valley had a really nice paint scheme. So the roof comes off. Get it off here. There we go. And there you see the milk containers. Now I have another Lehigh Valley one that I bought off of Mecca. There we go. Nice car. Separately applied railings and everything. This is sharp. Okay, now I think that's almost forgot. Bought a book. Lights, Camera, Action, Lionel. As you can see, I'm building up a library. I like having the physical books. When I do my next layout, I'm going to have a bookshelf. Put the hard copy books on there and some of these. Ended up buying, somebody had catalogs. I know people don't care. They throw them out. I like looking at them. I like the artwork in them. So I got these 4 catalogs. By the way, it's $5, not $500. Okay, now I think that's everything except two more things I got at Grabowski's. 2 big items. Yeah. You ready? There you go. Pennsylvania shark noses. Now, this is something Century Club. This is an item that I'm kind of in the middle on. Shark noses. I think they're okay, so I wasn't looking to get the latest run of Legacy. Something a little less is fine with me. I know the F3s just came out, and I wish they'd do Pensy. That I'd like to get. I don't have any E8s. I'm not into RSs except the RS. Alcos diesels except the RSs. Not including switchers. Well, I guess RSs are switchers. I like any switcher, but diesels like the PA Alcos and that, don't like them. Not interested in buying them. So these, but shark noses, F3s, F7s, E8, E7s. This is the B unit. Oh, these are heavy. They're really heavy. Speaker under it. Oh, the door's open. Those doors open too. I'm not going to run these right now. I'll do another video. The reason is these things have been sitting on the shelf for a long time. So I got to put some. I was recommended to put the smoke in, let it sit maybe overnight and soak into the wick before I run them. I could turn the smoking it off, but I just would rather do separate video with these, showing it like a whole video dedicated to them. Just open up one of these units. I think only one is powered. Yeah, powered A unit. Here's the box. Yeah, if somebody would do F3s, even a custom run would be nice. I gotta be careful. I always damage these antennas on here. Someday I'll learn how to do this. time. Yeah. And needs a little cleaning on this side. It's been laying on the side in the box, so it needs to be cleaned off. I'll have to re-oil it, check the grease. It's another reason I don't want to run it. Is I got to check these out. I don't want to get them on the track and okay. But wait, there's more. These are Pennsylvania F7s. And it's not just AA units, it's AVA. So 1A unit's B unit's non-powered, and A unit's non-powered. These are older. These are older diesels. That's why they're not two powered units. So let's just take a look at this. Trainmaster can command control equipped. Odyssey system for speed control. Let's say T. Two powerful maintenance-free motors, rail sounds with crew talk and tower comm, directional lighting, electrocoupler. Okay, these are factory sealed still. See how they're factory sealed with the tissue paper? It's much later than a sharp noses. Okay, it came with everything here, smoke, all that. Wow. Sharp, baby. Look at this. Yeah. Okay, yeah. This is sweet. And the back door does open. Number 96. So, looking with the price of things, looking to save stuff. I mean, if you want the latest, the greatest, newest stuff, I kind of do, but I can't wait around anymore for these things, these E and F units. And they just did shark noses like 5 years ago, so I ain't gonna do anytime soon. And they keep doing these Pensy. They keep doing the Pensy Alcos, PAs, the F2AAs or whatever they are. Again, I don't like them. I only like RS Alcos. Sea liners, Fairbanks Morse, and I'm in the middle one, so I just bought an AB unit on one and an A on the other. The other red when they ran them twice in the last couple of years, as well as F7s. They didn't do so. They didn't do a Pensy. Oh, all these doors open. They didn't do a Pensy in the F7s with the last runs. And Mr. Muffin said he would do a custom run if they ran them again, and they haven't. Now they're doing F3s. Hopefully they do Pensy, because I would like something new, and so I would like something new. So anyway, this is it from York. And one other thing I had to tell you. Okay, forgot to. when I at the end of the meet and greet, you could ask questions. Um, you go up and ask one question to somebody from Lionel. So I went up and I'm standing there, and somebody asked Ryan Kunkel about York. Well, first I'll tell you, I asked him about the Vision engine. He wouldn't give me any hints, and in a podcast early in the year, he did say it would be the smallest engine they ever made, the least expensive. I'm hearing 060s, but they released them a while ago, and or they just had them out twice, and they're legacy, so maybe they upgraded them. Maybe it's different tooling. Maybe I'm thinking of a different engine. I thought maybe the RS3s that they got from MTH they would turn into Vision. But anyway, in this podcast, he also said it'd be like October the announcement, but that's all changed with the tariffs. So he told me not till the first catalog. That's when they'll announce it. It's not going to be October. Now they may do a week or two beforehand as a tease or something, but who knows? Maybe even Black Friday, or they could just change their mind. But right now, that's what he told me. It's pretty much just coming out with the catalog. Now, as far as York, somebody asked him, "Why don't you go to York?" And Ryan said, "He said it's logistical and financial. It's hard to get there directly from Charlotte. They have to load stuff up if they're going to put their product, like when they go to Amherst or they go to the show in Colorado. They got to load up a truck of stuff and ship it there, product to put on shelves, even though they're not selling anything, it's to demonstrate it. Then the fly there is not all that easy either, where York is located. So it's logistical, it's tough getting there, it's very expensive, and it's not cost effective. Now he was asked about there's people keep saying that there was a beef between Lionel and excuse me and the TCA, and Ryan Kunkel said absolutely not. There is no beef between them. They have no issues. The whole thing is logistics and cost. Yeah, they have no problem with anything at the TCA. There's nothing. They may come back someday. Who knows? But right now, they're not. But it's not an issue with the TCA, National or Eastern. They've got no issues at all with them. Again, it's just what he said that it is, and he really hammered that point that it's not nothing to do with any of that other stuff. So anybody who thinks, well, they got into fights, I heard they didn't get a spot back they wanted, none of that's true. He said none of it. They just don't make money. Like when they go to Comic Con, they sell boxcars, Star Wars stuff. So they're making money while they're there. And there's 200,000 people there, and they have a big, in the Javits Hall in New York City, there's a seminar, and they showed a picture of it, and there's thousands of people watching them, clapping for them, applauding the products they put out for Star Wars. They're licensed stuff. And they make a lot of money off licensed stuff. If you listen, again, to Q&A when they talk about Star Wars, they're working hand in hand with them. And the 50th anniversary is coming up in 2027, as well as again the B&O. I know Joker's Trains asked about that on his live stream last night. Well, be prepared to spend some money, maybe as early as next summer, but definitely 2027 if you're in the B&O. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. This is Gary again from GAN Railroad. GAN Railroad. Please subscribe, comment, like, share, and again, comment and again, subscribe. Thank you.